All right, people, here we are. Another day of another dollar. I'll try to make as much money as I can now because shit, I'm gonna need every dime I can get come January the 1st. Oh, I'm hoping and praying that I don't lose my health care. Well, I got my Medicare, so hell, I got that. I'm gonna be all right.
Well,
But
I don't mean to cut you off, but let me just say this. There are 80 million people, pretty close to 100 million, Medicare disability. There's about 100, another 100 plus million that has health care on their jobs. So that's an estimate of about 250 million people. So a lot of people are on that ACA, which is about 25 million. And why do I say that? It's because if you look at it, the children and the adults, there's only about 200 million children, but you got 40 million undocumented people in this country that's going to the emergency rooms and paying their doctors flat out. Then you have another group of people that don't have insurance on their jobs. They're doing the same thing. So you got 60 to 70 million people that don't have adequate insurance. And they don't have no answer for it because they're not trying to find the answer because they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. These senators and Congress people don't give a shit. Now, when I say don't give a shit, all of them, no, not all of them, but the majority of them. They got theirs. So the American people, when I say the American people, I'm talking about all of us, not just black people, not just brown people, not just white people. All of us are all in the same boat. Those 20 percenters going to be just fine. 150, $200,000 a year, they're going to be just fine and up. So the question is it going to be more chaos? I don't believe so. Something is going to turn out to be all right. I'm telling you. They done the numbers. The numbers are there, bro. If you have 100 million people that don't have insurance, Ed, this country is in trouble. This country is in trouble, bro, because we got so many elderly people in this and different kinds of people, and I'm talking about myself included. Uh, There's so many people that need health care, have to go to the doctor once a month, twice a month, see some kind of doctor or specialist. So I wouldn't even put it, I wouldn't even be concerned about it right now until it happens.
well,
When it
I am.
happens, boy.
I am. I'm concerned because I'm not worried about my my Medicare. That's going to be there. And I ain't, that's I'm not worried about that. I'm thing I'm worried about is the this increase in my regular insurance and stuff that I've been paying to keep my behind healthy, because I realize and stuff that, and I know there's a lot of people and stuff in the same situation I am in, that we are in our latter years. And I've seen family members and friends and everybody and stuff who've gotten up there into the age. I've seen my parents, I've seen my in-laws, everybody, they reach that certain age and everything, and they get debilitated and everything, and they can't do anything for themselves. And I want to be able to have good health care up until the time when the good Lord says, Ed, come on, I need you at these pearly gates here and everything. It's all ready to go. I don't want to be sitting up there. Somebody got to change my diaper. Yeah, fuck them diapers. If I get to the point where they got to change my diapers and I can't even, I'm shitting on my goddamn self, and I can't even change my diaper by myself. I'm in trouble.
Well,
so, when I get to that point, man, I don't really don't want to be around. I don't know how these other folks and stuff are able to deal with it, but I can't. I'm looking at that shit now. And I cannot deal with that. I really can't. So I'm putting my pills aside so I can just take a whole bunch of them motherfuckers and go to sleep and don't wake back up again. That's how I look at
well,
it.
Ed, I'll just take it one day at a time, bro. That's all I do. As long as I can get up and I can walk, I'm happy.
Yep, I'm happy too, as long as I can do that, and I can go to my doctor, and he takes care of me. But when it get to that point where I can't do shit and I can't get up, I can't tie my goddamn shoes up, I can't put my clothes on, I don't need to be here because my quality of life is gone. I don't want nobody sitting down there. I'm laying up there, and my diaper is full, and I am waiting on somebody to change it. I can't do that. I'm telling you, man. I want to go. I want to go out just like that. I want to, shoot me in the head or something. Oh, anyway, there are a
Did you
whole lot
get
of
a
people
chance to
out there.
watch the Dave Chappelle? Is it Chappelle or Capel or whatever his name is?
Chappelle.
Did you get a chance to listen to it?
Hell yeah! I told you I'm gonna find it.
So what'd you think
I'm
of
gonna
it?
go out there. I got it. I got it sitting on my hard drive.
Oh, okay. So you got it, but you haven't watched it.
Yeah, I did. As soon as I got it, I watched it because I wanted to make sure I could see it. Because sometimes I can download that shit, man. That motherfucker be all fucked up, and to go out and they got all kind of shit happening to it. So they downloaded it.
It was all on YouTube
I
too.
watched. I watched the boy walk out there on the stage with his cigarettes in his hand. I don't know if it was cigarettes or he was smoking reefer or weed or what. I don't know because he was going into a pack, and then he pulled out some brown cigarettes and shit. And trust me, bro, man was fucked up. His ass was glassy on like or something, man. I don't know how he stood up there on that stage and did that hour and 30-minute show, because it was over an hour and 30 some minutes he did his show. I thought it was done after an hour because he said, well, I'm doing my closing. Shit, he took 30 some minutes to do a fucking closing. But he was all glossed over. I mean, you can look at him and tell with the camera, every now and then the camera caught him full on, and his eyes was bucked open, and he would glass his out. I see he's fucked up. God damn. But he did his show, man. But I'm amazed at
What
him.
struck you? What struck you?
Well, the first thing that struck me was the audience. That's the first thing that struck me. The audience. That motherfucker did a show, and there had to be at least 60, 70,000 people in that goddamn place. That's first thing that struck me. I said, God damn, man, that place was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed. The next thing that struck me and everything was him sitting there with them cigarettes. I mean, he was lighting cigarettes up every 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. He finished one and he light up another one. And sometime in the middle of it, he was striking a match and lighting it up. I said, "Shit, that motherfucker still lit." I know he still lit. The cigarette still lit, but it might have been that reefer and he was smoking. I don't know because anybody say nothing. The next thing that struck me was how he has taken his money and how he has used it. He was telling these people in the stands and stuff. He owned the whole goddamn town now. All the white people around there, they call him Mr. Dave. He owned everything. He bought the fire department. He bought the fire department. He said, "Fuck it." They got rid of the fire department. Was fucking about the fire department too. And then he bringing all his folks in town talking about them rednecks and shit. They rednecks. And these are people he had to see every day. But I guess he don't give a shit now what they think about it because he got enough money, but he can do what the hell he wants to do.
Unstoppable nigga.
He called me everybody a nigga. Yeah, Trump a nigga. All of them, they all niggas. But he reminds me a little bit of the little guy, a comedian. He's a storyteller.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart's a somewhat storyteller, but I think Dave is a little bit better of a storyteller than him. And I was amazed.
He's a little bit more political, and he tells us stories. You know, what I liked about it, that he tells a story of 1910.
Absolutely.
Of Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
Then at the end of it, he gives the comparison.
But I think he did that and everything to get to the end of the story. And he brought it all together and stuff and everything when they got to the point to where he was they convicted him and stuff for the Mann Act when he was taking these white women across the border because he was they didn't like that Negro taking these white women across the border. So they created a Mann Act and stuff for him. And then he took it into today with my boy
P.
Diddy. They convicted him on the Mann Act. Same damn shit that they convicted Jack Johnson with. And how they have the government and these white motherfuckers and shit out here uses the law to convict black folks because they don't like what the hell they're doing. And the fact and stuff that he was saying that P. Diddy been doing this shit for a long goddamn time. And then all of a sudden, they're going to try to convict him on the same shit that he'd been doing for many years. And people knew he was doing that stuff. And why all of a sudden now that they want to try to convict that boy, they didn't know. He didn't, he at each stage and stuff and everything, he brought up his distaste and stuff for it, but also the fact and everything that this shit was wrong. Even though it was distasteful and everything, they did this shit wrong. They could have did this shit a little bit different. And the fact and stuff that Diddy and stuff did a whole lot for him. He walked into, he told the truth. So goddamn it, I went to his house too. And he could have, then he said he could have had Cassie also, but he told him no. He play games and read books, you know. You don't do that shit. Had no
So
idea.
he
He had
had a
no
good
idea the Ed Cassidy was sitting on the side waiting on him. And
team.
then but then he talked about the fact that yeah, he beat her, but he paid her for it. And he said that a whole lot of people, Floyd Mayweather beat a whole lot of motherfuckers' asses and shit. And
For less than that.
they got a lot less money than she did. That woman got $35 million for getting her butt whooped. So it wasn't even a good 10 rounds. Go, Dave. She got paid very well for getting her ass whooped.
But I like the way he honored Martin Luther King, comparing Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King, not even close.
Oh man.
I like the way he honored Jack Johnson.
Absolutely.
You know, I like the fact that he honored Stevie Wonder. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
It was true. Probably true. I don't think they tell stories. I don't think anything he tells on people is the truth. He's a very unique comedian. Very, very, very unique person. He has business relationships, personal relationships, and everything that he cherishes and stuff and everything. He does a whole lot of things with a whole lot of people, and I'm pretty sure most of that stuff he said is absolutely true. I don't think he gets up there and tells a lie. I believe all that stuff was true. Everything he said was absolutely true. But like you said, he speaks. He was most of that stuff was political. It dealt in policy, political shit, and everything.
And you
And
know, the thing is that, in my opinion, there's a whole lot of vicious shit out there that he's entangled with. And you got to give him kudos for that
mm-hmm,
because he's entangled with a lot of shit.
mm-hmm,
And that takes a lot of guts, especially when you work over a couple of $100 million.
mm-hmm.
So
Probably worth more than that.
I don't know how much he's worth, but all I'm saying is that, you know, I know he's worth over a couple of hundred. But in today's standards, that ain't no money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, compared to all the billionaires and multimillionaires. But
I think he's happy, Ted, with whatever money that he's got. He goes out, he earns his money. He's not going out there trying to steal anything from anybody. He's not going out there trying to hurt anybody. He just goes out there and have fun, and that's it. He has fun, then he comes back home. And the people and stuff who he's out there with and everything, they want to be with him. They enjoy the time being with him. Just like he was talking about T.I., how he came to him and everything when he went to Atlanta and stuff and took him out and drove him around Atlanta and all that. I'd almost bet everything he told us about that was absolutely true.
well, let me tell you a story. When I was a young man, 2021, I used to go to this club in Chicago called the Rush, and down in the basement was a nice little club. You dance, and you know, at the time I didn't touch any alcohol on my lips. I'll just get me a Coke and sit down at the bar and listen to the music. And I see somebody I like, I ask to dance. You know, and then I go home. This is on the north side of Chicago. And So I'm sitting at the bar drinking my little Coke, and these 3, 4 people come in there, 3 men and 1 lady. I said, man, she looks gorgeous, fine, little high yellow girl with long hair and banging body and everything. And I was just looking, I said, it must be her protector. She must be somebody important. I don't know. But I'm minding my own business. So here come this old man. He must have been about 5'5". Had his glasses on, and he walks over there and asks the lady to dance. And at the time, it was a slow record. They started dancing, and the DJ cut the music off. Everybody looked around. What's the matter? What's the matter? Hey, we don't allow that in here. It was a transgender person. Looked just like a woman. Fine as ice. What I think, now this is just my opinion, I think he was sitting at a bar one day, minding his business, smoking his cigarette and having his little cognac. Saw this little transgender. Didn't even know it was, thought it was a regular woman talking. And found out it was a woman, a man. And he been doing transgender jokes ever since. Can you imagine? He lusted after a man. That's what he probably was pissed off about. He sit up here lusting after a man, sitting down there just rapping to him, having a long conversation. You know, he was talking shit and talking all that, and they was just talking. And come to find out, and I think they say he been talking about this transgender shit for the last 4 or 5 years. I didn't know because I don't hardly listen to him that much, you know. Because he turned me off when he had his own show, and he was buffoonery to me. You know, all he did was talk about black people, put black people down. Those shows. He's funny. You know, he's making a whole lot of funny shit on Rick James, and I think that was it. That's my opinion. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying that happened, but I think that he probably hit on a transgender and found out that it was a male. Somebody probably told him that, and he probably didn't like it because a transgender person shouldn't be talking to a regular man acting like they're a woman. That is not right. You should be upfront with them and let that man know that, hey, you might not want to go here because I'm a man.
Well,
Transitioning.
I don't know if you remember and everything, but Dave Chappelle said that he met a woman like that, who was a man. Didn't have any idea that he was a man until he went out and had a drink with her. He did a show. He did a show about that. I forget the lady's name and everything, but it was in San Francisco when it happened. And he said
There you go.
came back there. She was doing a show. He did his show. She came back there to his room. He sat down there and talked with her and everything. And he decided to go out and have a drink with her that night, and didn't realize that it was a man. But he said that. He said he did that. He thought that she was a woman, but he went out and had a drink with her.
And you know, if that's what you want to be, that's your business. But you
Yeah.
ain't got that is not right.
Well, Dave had a different perspective on it. That he found out about it before it got too it got too, he got too close to her. He found out that he was a man, and he respected her after that. He said he still talked to her and did shows with her and everything and all that. But he respected her for that. That he, even though he didn't know. He still said he respected him for it because
Well, I'm just saying
they were
my personal
beating
opinion. I think that's not
they were
not
beating
right.
him up. They were beating him up because he was talking about the transgenders, and he was trying to tell people, "Hey, I'm already met him." And as we were talking and stuff here and everything, you were asking me, "Well, all that stuff is true." Well, at the end of the show, I don't know if you saw the credits and stuff and everything, but he showed a picture of him and that daggone falcon on his arm with that
A
glove
picture of
on.
who?
The falcon. Remember you were talking
Oh
about the
yeah, yeah,
falcon?
yeah,
Yeah, he showed the falcon on his hand.
yeah,
And he was standing in front of the folks there in Saudi Arabia and stuff with the falcon on his hand.
yeah.
So most of that story he was telling was true. He did have the falcon on his hand, and he showed something that I was kind of curious about why he showed that. You remember Bill Maher was on his butt and everything about them doing that show over there, and he was
Yeah,
talking shit.
yeah.
Well, at the end of that daggone show and everything, some of those pictures and stuff had Bill Maher on there with him. He was sitting on the they took pictures with him
Yeah.
with Bill Maher. And he was wondering why in the hell he beat him up because of that shit. It was a mess there. But I
Well,
guess
he called him out.
Dave is like that. Dave, he has a different perspective about people. And he did a damn good show, man. I really, even though at a time though, Ted, I thought, at some point in time, he wasn't gonna be able to get through that show, man, because he was fucked up. I'm telling you, I didn't think he was gonna make it. I said, I don't know how you gonna make this, but he did. He made it through that whole show, and it was damn good.
It was.
Yeah, but he spoke about his stature out there in the community and how his stature is bigger than damn near bigger than Trump almost as far as people listening to him and following him and doing stuff and stuff with him and everything. He has gained a lot of stature out there in the media community, being a comedian, and he enjoys that. He enjoys that stature. I think he knows a lot of people and stuff and everything. A whole lot of people. He probably got an address book and everything full of famous people that he can call up, and they will respond to him just like they do Oprah Winfrey. Because he did show a picture of him and uh, Birdman and stuff there at the end of the show there with uh, the musician and stuff and everything. Man, I
What,
forget
Mick
his name.
Jagger?
Not no, I saw the Mick Jagger, but he did another one with the guy and stuff who was very familiar. He dead now. He passed away. But he's been around for a long time. He did a lot of music and stuff for a lot of them early shows that they had. Um, man, what's his name? He's real famous and stuff. Shit. Oh man, I can't think of him. It's
They were
on
showing
man.
those pictures so fast I couldn't keep up with them. You
Yeah.
know that he was in those two little boys that was sitting with Muhammad Ali. One of them was him.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
It was Dave Chappelle.
yeah. When he was a little
Oh, I
kid.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought those were
You
Muhammad
know
Ali's boys.
his people was Muslim, bro, and he's Muslim.
Which one? I didn't think his mom was a Muslim. Is his mom a Muslim? I'm gonna have to. Man, I got to find that out. I didn't know his mother was a
He was
Muslim.
raised as a Muslim, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I didn't know that. I saw that. I saw the picture that he showed of him and the two boys and stuff who were there with him, but I had no idea that was one of them was with Dave. I thought those were Muhammad Ali's children. Some of them anyway. But I was surprised and stuff that he showed that picture of Muhammad Ali because he never talked about Muhammad Ali during the whole show. He never showed him up. Only person he talked about was Jack Johnson. Man, that was he went back, man, and brought back a lot of stuff and everything that I had forgotten about as far as our history was concerned. And I do remember and stuff and everything now that he had brought it up about John McCain was the only one that didn't vote for um, Martin Luther King to have a
Well,
national
someone
holiday.
corrected him. He wasn't a senator, he was a congressman at the time.
He was a senator then.
He was a congressman.
He was a senator. He was a senator when they had that vote. I guarantee you, you go Google it. He was a senator when they had that, because I remember that Arizona got blackballed for a long time. That they blackballed Arizona and didn't allow any sports and stuff, any national football league, big time games, anything to happen there. NCAA tournaments or nothing. They blackballed the shit out of Arizona because of that. He did not vote for them to have a holiday and stuff for Martin Luther
I
King.
remember that.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm pretty sure he was a senator. Because he's been a senator for a long, long, long time.
What else you got?
I would just tell you that show just it. I listened to it, and I'm gonna listen to it again after we finish our show. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna put it back on. Listen. I'm gonna watch it again because I always like to see stuff twice because I usually miss things and stuff during the whole show. I usually miss stuff, and I'm pretty sure I missed something and everything when he was talking. But I really, really, really enjoyed that show, and man, and I wish everybody else out there in the audience and stuff, if you have not seen this daggone thing with Dave Chappelle, you need to go out and look at that. You need to see it. Go on Netflix or wherever you got to do, pay for it or whatever, but you need to see it.
Well, I saw it twice.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I only saw it that one time last night.
But I listened to some of the other comedians commentate on it, and even serious people commentate on it. And a lot of people read a lot of messages in that storytelling that he was doing. And he was sort of kind of saying a lot of things that were very political, but he put so many stories into it that it sort of softened it up, because he was showing the real significance of Martin Luther King
And
compared to
and
Charlie Kirk.
and what happened with P Diddy, how they convicted him of that Mann Act.
Right. And
Yeah,
that was the main thing.
how it actually got started and everything with a black
Yeah.
man.
And then, the Saudi Arabia and Israel thing, I'm not too much, I don't really have a lot to say about that because we know that that's a Gaza and Israel, they've been fighting for hundreds of years. And that right there is a real um, sore spot for me because of the uh, killing of all those people. And, vice versa, those terrorist people, on October 7th. So it's a lot of things that above my pay grade, and I don't want to really, I don't have no opinion about it or anything like that. All I know is right is right, wrong is wrong, killing is wrong, and no matter
Well,
how, religion, man, this is right here is the crux of the matter, in my opinion. Religion, and I'm not a religious person. I classify myself as a spiritual person who believes in Christ Jesus. So I'm not all into all of this religious stuff, although I do appreciate it and respect it. And anybody's religion I respect. But the point is that this is a serious problem, not only in America, but all over the world. You know, because you have all of these people, you have your get along people, that's in religion. We can all work together, and then you have these people that want to be separatists. And then you have these people that think they're the right way. So it's sort of kind of, to me, pox on all y'all houses. That's the way I feel about it. Because you know, what the Bible say, what pure religion is. So if you know that, I mean, you can't get a better definition than that. So I don't know. I just really wish, and this is the way it's supposed to be. This is simple as that, because even when Christ walked this earth, he was having those issues with religious people. So to each his own, for whatever they stand for and all that stuff, but there will be a judgment day.
Well, this I know. Well, this I'm pretty sure of, and this is my opinion also, that all through this man's term, since he was inaugurated into office and he took his oath, he's always turned around and blamed Biden for a whole lot of shit. But out of all that stuff and everything he tried to blame Biden for, that Biden had nothing to do with it, we have to throw Biden into this whole thing right here, because this thing started when Biden was the president. And I think that Joe Biden and stuff and everything has to accept some of that genocide that happened there in Gaza, because he could have stopped Netanyahu from doing that shit. He could have stopped him, but he didn't. He allowed him to continue on, and there were a whole lot of people in his administration and the Congress and everything who really gave Biden hell and stuff for what he was doing. But I think Biden was just scared of AIPAC. He was, for some reason or another, he was afraid of AIPAC. He was afraid to open his mouth and say what he thought was the right thing to do. And by him not doing that, he has to accept some of that genocide that has happened to the folks there in Gaza. He could have opened his mouth, because he started right then. He could have said something about that, because they were slaughtering people and stuff when Biden was president too. And he never opened his mouth and said a word. Well, he did open it. He did say something, but he didn't put any strength behind it at all. And then Trump come in and everything, and just really opened the door and everything for Israel to do whatever the hell they want to do. But I don't know, Ted. I see that after Israel decided that they wanted to spread their wings and stuff and everything, and go over there and bomb Iran. They haven't did a whole lot since then. They did some little sneaky shit, but it was nothing as big as that bombing of Iran. And I know that Israel made a big mistake by going over there bombing Iran, and the United States committed the same crime, trying to bomb Iran. That was not something that, and I believe that they opened a kettle of fish there with Iran, and I think that we down the road and stuff, we're going to regret what he did there with that bombing of Iran. We're going to regret that, because I believe that those folks right down there now, in the next year or so, are going to have nuclear weapons. And there's one more country over there and everything that's going to have nukes.
From your mouth, Ed.
From my mouth, that's my opinion. that they opened up the door to Iran having no nuclear weapons. And you know what's going to happen, and they've already said it. Saudi Arabia says if Iran gets the nuclear weapon, they want them to. And I don't believe anybody going to stop Saudi Arabia from getting those nuclear weapons if they want them. That was a big mistake on Netanyahu's part. And we see what the hell's going on over there in Ukraine. I think Trump is making a big mistake over there too. A big ass mistake with that Ukraine and Zelensky. Big mistake. Big mistake. It's gonna hurt this country for a long, long, long time. His snuggling up to Vladimir Putin.
That I agree. That's my opinion.
We've already isolated ourselves from the European Union. We are doing the same thing with Canada. We've already done the same thing with Mexico.
And our relationship with France is done.
It's done. It's been done. I don't know what's going to happen to it. I'm just saying, we started out this thing talking about health issues and Medicare and Medicaid and health insurance and everything, but we got a whole lot of things that it's really screwed up real bad. And I have no idea, Ted, if we're going to get out of this shit and everything unscathed.
And let me tell you something. I don't care what you say. This is just my opinion. The Senate and Congress is not doing their job.
I understand that. We know that.
And the thing is that the immigration should be a strict immigration law. Shouldn't have ICE ripping and running and mistreating these people. Now, the thing is, if you got pretty close to 40 million undocumented people in this country, and they're talking about their goal for next year is to round up another 80,000, I apologize, 80,000. That ain't nothing but a drop in the bucket. All they're doing is making money, bro.
That's it.
That's
wasting taxpayer money.
They're spending the taxpayer money. That's all they're doing. They're talking about building more warehouses and mistreating these people and what have you. I mean, I hate to say this, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I would do, but I'm just saying, to me, I would get the hell out of here. Some kind of way. Go somewhere. Because they definitely don't want these people here. Why would you want to sit around and hide until you get caught? And then you get put in some prison for nothing.
Because the situation, Ted, back there where they came from is even worse.
Well, go somewhere else.
It's even worse. And a lot of those folks and stuff and everything that they're picking up are folks and everything who have never been in that country before.
Go somewhere else, Ed.
They were born
Save
here.
your money, get your passport, get the hell out of here.
I can have empathy and stuff for them, Ted, because if you were born here, if you came here and your parents brought you here when you were a little baby.
Well, you're an American citizen.
Well, they could have brought them here when they were little children. And they were like 8, 9 years old, and they had no idea where they came from.
Get your ass out of here. You're not legal.
They're not they're not going back. That's not going to happen. I don't believe that they're going to do that. To the person, I don't believe that they're going to do that. They're going to wait until they get thrown out of here. They're not going to do that. Most of them are not going to do that. I don't see any of them leaving and going back to wherever they came from. None of them. They're going to stay right here until they get thrown out and hide and make money, do what they need to get done. I don't see them going anywhere because I've been out there. Every time I got friends I see and I talk to, and they all to the person and stuff. They're not. It's that going back to where they came from is not in their mind. They're not gonna. They don't want to do that. They want to stay right here. Their family is here. Their ties.
There's been a report that damn near 40 people have already died.
Yep. I don't see them doing that. I really don't see them going back, packing up, going back, going back anywhere.
That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't let my kids, if I'm married and I married an undocumented woman, or even if she was an American citizen, I'll be getting the hell out of here.
Well, they could be making preparations and stuff and everything for if they get caught and stuff. There were what's going to happen and how they're going to be able to live and stuff afterward. They could be doing that. I don't know. But I do know that all the people that I have talked to and have interacted and stuff with, it's not in their mind and stuff to leave here. They're just going to hide, run, and do what they got to do to skate around, not go to court, not go into check in. They're not checking in or nothing. They said, "Fuck, we ain't checking in or nothing," because they check in, then they're gonna get caught. But they're not even checking in. They just, hey, I'm gonna be a illegal immigrant, and I'm right here, and I ain't checking in. Go out there, make whatever money I can make and everything, and hide. Do what I need to do. That's all they're doing. But man, I they're gonna be a big huge drain and stuff, Ted, on what's going on here in this country and stuff and everything, and we're gonna have so many daggone problems and stuff coming up that we're not gonna know what they're doing. And I believe that when the Senate and the House comes back in January, after whatever day in January they're gonna come back, it's gonna be a big mess going on. A big mess, because I believe a whole lot of them and everything. When they come back, they're not going to give Trump that free reign that he's been having for a long time. They're not going to let him have that free reign. And some of them are going to get with the Democrats and they're going to do something and stuff about what's going on. I do believe that they're tired of allowing him to run roughshod. And I believe Trump knows it. That he has lost a lot of power. That he is he may not make it through his whole term. He's doing more and more and more crazy shit every day. And his administration cannot stop him. Oh, you hear girlfriend pregnant, don't you?
Who?
His communications director.
Mm.
She's pregnant. She's supposed to be having a baby in May. Have another child in May.
She want to ease her butt on out of there.
Yeah. She's going to have a baby in May.
She tired of lying.
Yeah. I don't think he want her to go, but I think she's probably going to ease herself on out of there. She's going to go ahead on and go. She's already got a little boy, she said. I think he's about a year old now, a little over a year old. She's getting ready to have another one. So she may be gone here, probably in March or something like that, leave and stuff and go and have a baby.
Well, her reputation's done.
Huh?
She might get on Fox, make a little money, and she want to have a
Oh yeah, her and her husband gonna make they're gonna make a lot of money. She's making a whole lot of money because Trump adores her. He adores her. I mean, he adores her. She can do whatever the hell she wants to do. All she got to do is call him and say, I need to do this. I need some money. I need this. And he going to give it to her. Because she done carried the load for him, buddy. I'm telling you, she done carried the load for him. I just hate to see these people and stuff out there getting slaughtered. And then for him to go over there, and we haven't even spoke about this, for him going over there and bombing Nigeria and stuff and everything, that ain't that shit is not cool. And I don't know how he gonna get away with that stuff. I have no idea that he got to go over there. And these people in Nigeria allowing him to do that, going over there and bombing these folks inside of their country. That's a sovereign country, man. And those people over there, they got a lot of money and a lot of goddamn power and a lot of oil that the United States wants. They got
That's
shale
right.
over there.
That's right.
You know that I think somewhere around the 1st of December, they had a conference in there at the White House. Nobody knew about it. Haven't said a whole thing about it, but he brought in a bunch of people and stuff and everything, business folks and stuff, to sit down and talk with his administration. And to the person, they were very, very upset with what the fuck Trump was doing, especially with this goddamn tariff shit. And they told him, every last one of them, to the person, told him he was fucking up and that he needs to stop. Get that tariff shit out the way and stop leaving that shit alone because it has destroyed their businesses. You talking about people from GM, Google, Apple, all your major corporations and stuff, along with a whole bunch of other players, the Chamber of Commerce. Um, they said a whole lot of people that came there, and they said those business people and stuff to the person told him that he was fucking up, he's screwing his country up, and that they cannot survive if he keeps on going. So
Well, Trump is
something getting ready to happen.
Trump is about chaos. Anything that keeps people talking about anything but the Epstein shit and talking about the economy. You know what's really happening to these people. So,
well, most of the people now, I don't care what that shit he's talking, ain't nobody believing that stuff anymore. That everything is doing great in his country. And
well, I'm talking about is for just like when he went over there and bombed Nigeria. You know, just like he sent those aircrafts and carriers over there. You know, he whatever he can do to distract the American people. You know, he thought he can. You know, thought that was glamorous as far as talking about building a big banquet room and all that stuff. Building. You know, talking about what he gonna do for D.C. and change D.C. all around, all that kind of stuff. What he did to the Kennedy Center and all that. So anything that he can get people to talk about other than what's really happening in America, then he happy.
but it ain't
That's
working.
the way he do.
It's not working now. It's not working. It worked in the past, but it's not working now. It is not working now. When you start messing with people's pocketbooks and the money that comes in to them, it's not working.
Yeah,
And
well,
for
then
him,
the ostracized. The thing is that I'm sure that these brokers and these broker houses and everything is probably going stir crazy because they don't know when people gonna start pulling their money out. You know, right now everything is pretty solid. You know, you got 48,000 stock market. All the S&Ps are doing good. The top 500 companies. So you know, they all made profits, and most of them. So, you know, that right there is a good thing. But the reason why is because of pricing. Everything is 20%, 25, 50% higher. So therefore, you're going to have revenue, more revenue, because your goods is cheaper. And, you pay for those goods at a cheaper rate, but you raise the prices up. But now you got to buy those prices at the regular price with the tariff prices. See, what they did was they stocked up when they knew that Trump was going to do this tariff shit. They started loading up all kind of things that they needed to keep their business going. But that's the reason why that meeting transpired, because hey, we can only last for so long, and then now, because we was trying to keep the prices down even lower, but now they're gonna really jack these prices up. So that's the reason why they went there and told them that we're gonna, we trying to hold you down, bro, but we can't hold you down no more because we're gonna be losing money. So the thing is that what they banking on, and I'm not no expert at this shit, but this digital money shit, bitcoins and all that shit, that right there, they got some secret going on there that they're not really talking about. But there is a program that these governments have, and they got money stored and stored up. So we'll see. I don't know, because the dollar is going down, all that shit, you know. But the thing is that America to me, is the greatest country in the world. When I say that, I'm talking about the majority of the people. We are survivors in this country. And most of the American people know that black people is not their enemy. Brown people is not their enemy. They might not want to live around you, black folks, or you brown folks, but they know that we are not their enemy. So American people, majority of them are decent people, and they want to do the right thing. They're just a little bigotry. They have a little bigot in them, a little prejudice and what have you. But damn near everybody's a little bigotry, have a little bigotry and prejudice in them. I mean, I don't have to live around white folks or whatever. It don't matter to me. But they are the ones that want to keep their communities their communities. So I don't know why black folks want to live around white folks anyway. But there's a lot of them, do it because it's make economic sense. If I buy a house for $200,000, I live in a white neighborhood. 10 years later, that house might be worth $300,000 now. I buy a house for $200,000 in a black neighborhood. That house be lucky if it's still worth $200,000. That's just facts, brother. That's facts. So the bottom line is an economic thing. The reason why most black folks want to live in a white neighborhood, because you don't treat the black neighborhood the same urgency. You don't keep the streets clean. You don't take care of the land and shit, all the shit you do for these white folks. You don't make money available to keep the damn shit together. It's a sabotage. That's what it is. It's a sabotage.
Final word, brother.
Well, I believe what I'm gonna go back to Dave Chappelle. To me, he is the most woke man in America. There's a lot of woke people out there that's way knowledgeable than him and all that. I ain't gonna lie about that. But he is the most woke man that has a voice. And he put it all out there And if people didn't get what he was saying and what he was talking about, then they probably don't understand this country and they don't understand the world. But he is one of them with a voice. He's the most woke man in the world. Like he said, I didn't know my voice was going to be this strong. I knew it was going to be strong, but I didn't know it was going to be this strong.
Well, like I said earlier, you people out there, if you have not seen it, find a way to get it and look at it. And I got to give my my girl here in the Fulton County State's Attorney's Office, Fannie Willis. I had to pat girlfriend on the back, man, because she did them white folks down there at the state capitol who forced her to come down there made a big mistake.
She put a spanking on their ass, didn't she?
They wish they had not got her down there.
They put a spanking on her.
She talked about them like a dog. That was a dumb question. That is ignorant. So, in essence, you were ignorant. She didn't say it, but I think it came through loud and clear.
They better stop playing with these black women.
They better stop playing with these sisters. I'm telling you, they better stop messing with it. And then she turned around and said, if they come here again, I'm going to indict them again. And you ain't going to stop me. Because she just got reelected.
They better stop playing with these
They
black
better
women,
stop
bro.
playing with it, man. I know they wish they had to call that woman down there because they forced her to come because she didn't want to come down there. She told them, I ain't going to come. She went to the judge. The judge said, no, you got to go. He said, okay, then fine. Sat down there and wake them boys over the cold. So that's my final word. Y'all better leave these black women alone. See y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.